before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. I got an article update on what's going on with the Community Navigator program by the SBA. And they're saying that they're going to extend it. I didn't even know that the deadline had passed, but because I wasn't really into that program, I was mainly focused on the PPP and the EIDL programs, along with the unemployment. And I'm also more into helping you guys get your credit back on point by clicking the credit monitoring link in the description and getting all three scores from the three bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And that way you don't have to worry about any of these programs. You can just qualify for the credit products through your financial institution. So again, if you want to get involved with that, go ahead and click the credit monitoring link so you can get all three scores from the three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can see what's on your report, getting your reports as well. And that way you can go through the dispute process, which is fairly simple. Just go through my do-it-yourself credit repair playlist. You can see how to submit these disputes and get this stuff off your credit reports with pretty much no problem. But let's go ahead and get into this article so you can see what's going on with this Community Navigator program with the SBA. SBA extends deadline on $100 million grant program to help businesses recover from COVID. The Small Business Administration is extending the deadline on a $100 million grant program designed to connect small businesses with SBA assistance and programs. The Community Navigator pilot program will offer grants of $1 million to $5 million to eligible organizations to provide counseling, networking, and to serve as an informal connection to agency resources to help small businesses recover from the economic devastation wrought by the COVID-19 pandemic. But the original deadline to apply for these grants was July 12, which has now been extended to July 23rd. The agency anticipates making awards under the program in September. This program is designed to empower a hyperlocal approach through a national network of community navigators who are on the ground truly connecting, empathizing, and tailoring solutions for our small businesses during critical recovery, said SBA Associate Administrator for the Office for Entrepreneur Development Mark Madrid in a press release announcing the deadline extension. This bold effort underscores our agency's commitment to advance equity and bolster an ecosystem in which small businesses continue to apply for the diverse suite of SBA resources, services, and or programs throughout various stages of business recovery, growth, scale, and or maturity. Sounds like a pretty good program. So if you're into the neighborhood of trying to get involved with that, go ahead and check it out. You can see what they're talking about. It could help. I mean, I'm not saying it can't. It could help. The ultimate goal of the grant program is to help revitalize small businesses through a hub and spoke model in which a hub will be at the center of a series of spoke organizations that use community advocates to work with small businesses to recover from COVID-19 and better connect with minority, veteran, and women-owned small businesses. Inclusion and access continue to be among the most important priorities for aiding small business through recovery. Our underrepresented women and Native American businesses need our support now to grow and strengthen our economy, said SBA Assistant Administrator for the Office of Women's Business Ownership, Natalie Madeira Cofield, in a press release. The program will run for 2 years, starting on September 1, 2021 and lasting until August 31, 2023. Eligible organizations include state and local governments, economic development organizations, small business development centers, nonprofit colleges and universities, and community development financial institutions, among others. Interested organizations can go here to learn more about the program and how to apply. The new grant program was approved by Congress earlier in 2021 as part of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 and comes after criticism that the initial wave of COVID relief funding for small businesses provided by the Paycheck Protection Program and others in 2020 went to well-connected businesses better able to access financial services and not those hardest hit by the pandemic. That's true, but they also are focusing on surface stuff as well, as I see it by just reading this article right here, because they named two. They just named two targets, and that's women and natives. They didn't say anything else about, well, we're not gonna get into all that, but I just noticed that. I noticed that real slick, Okay, so now it says, in 2021, the Biden administration has made policy changes and tweaks to various COVID relief programs, including special set-asides in the PPP for smaller, community-oriented lenders, as well as changes to allow the smallest businesses to get larger loans under the program. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund included a 21-day priority window for grants to socially and economically disadvantaged restaurants, although SBA suffered a series of court rulings that ended that window, leaving thousands of small businesses without restaurant grants. Pretty much the same thing happened with the PPP. But again, I noticed that they're we're going to leave it right up in here. If you notice, they singled out two, and they didn't go broad. And when I mean they didn't go broad, it's a lot of other underrepresented groups that didn't get a good amount of funding as well. You don't have to just stick to that one thing, because now what you're doing is you're saying, okay, you have this group and this group, but now there's other groups involved, and I'm speaking from I'm speaking from a position of knowing. How about that? So, speaking of a position from knowing, there are groups that didn't get mentioned, and I really don't like when they do that, because it sounds like you're focusing around that group again. And that always happens. And so when you do that, that groups get left out, and then you don't care because you already got what your target was. You hit that target already because you always wanted to go around that group. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. As I always mentioned, even at the beginning of the video, you don't have to be stuck on this. You don't have to be looking forward to it. You don't have to be dependent on that, because you can go ahead and get access yourself. I know, because I created access myself. And how you create access is what you do is you make your profile look better. You build your profile up. And you do that by working on your credit as well as getting your income up. And so you could do that by, number one, clicking the credit monitoring link in the description below. That way you can get your scores and your reports from all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. That way you can make yourself look good to the financial institutions, mainly your financial institution that you deal with, and you can access their funding products. Okay? And while you're doing that, you can also click the Wealth Dasher link and the Wealth Hire Car link, because if you don't want to use your own car, you can use their car by clicking the Wealth Hire Car link. Or you want to use your own car, just go ahead and click the Wealth Dasher link. And that way you can make up to $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. You don't have to worry about none of this stuff. You created your own money on your own time. And then you created access by building up your profile, and you can access funding by your financial institution. Again, click that credit monitoring link to access your scores from all 3 bureaus and your reports from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. That way you can dispute what's on your reports and get that crap off of there. And while you're doing that, you can also be dashing around by clicking the Wealth Dasher link in the description and making $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. And you want to use your vehicle. If you don't have a vehicle, you click the Wealth Hire Car link and you can use their car to dash around town and make the same money, $500 to $1,000 plus per week. We're talking about easily $100 to $200 a day dashing around town, utilizing either Wealth Dash, and you can add other ones. You can do Grubhub, you can do Uber Eats, you can do Postmates, you can do Amazon Flex, you can do all of that stuff. You ought to just be stuck with that. But what I'm saying is, even with DoorDash, you can sign up by clicking the Wealth Dash link in the description below. You can easily make $100 to $200 a day on your own time, over to $1,000 plus per week. At the same time, building up your credit by clicking the credit monitoring link in the description below. All right. And even while you're doing that, creating access, you can start creating assets. And you can do that by clicking that Be Free link in the description. And you can see how I ended up getting 5 properties for $5,500. If you have any questions about that Be Free, just drop them in the comments below. Have a question about anything, or you have any updates, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what's going on, and I'll get back to you. All right. And if you want to get cash back while you're out shopping and enjoying your money that you're making, click the cash back link in the description below. You can see what my favorite cash back sites are. You can make upwards of $1,000 in cash back or so, like I do. So go ahead and subscribe to It's Oasis, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, drop comments below, check out all those links in the description. And until the next video, everybody, let's get this money.